Dandelion Princess here, and welcome back to Imp Headquarters. I normally stay away from drama. I don't like to focus on the negative things that happen, but I feel like I just can't not talk about this one. This is such high school level nonsense. Like, you just can't make this up. But if you couldn't tell, I am a little sick at the moment, and I'm high on Dayquil, and this situation just has me very heated. So, just a fair warning that this video is probably going to be very unhinged. Alrighty, so let's just start at the beginning. The new indie animated series, Lackadaisy, came out with a pilot episode, and it did super well of getting people interested in more of the series. Even I did a reaction to it when it came out. So the crew did go forward with deciding to get funding for a full-on series. Lackadaisy was pretty lucky because it already had some fans surrounding it since it's based off a comic. But anyway, it's hard to talk about anything indie animation without bringing up Vivziepop and Helluva and Has-Been Hotel. Many Lackadaisy fans and Helluva antis who wanted to support Lackadaisy over anything Viv is involved in pretty much immediately started jumping on the Lackadaisy bandwagon, saying that this series was gonna do so much better than Helluva or Has Been. Basically, just a bunch of shit talk and absolutely trying to stir up drama. Okay, and the Helluva fandom was just kind of like, you know what? I mean, why can't we like both? Again, for those who watch Helluva, I mean, the indie animation scene is very small. It's a small community, so Helluva's fans and Vivziepop fans are very in tune with everything going on within it. And a lot of them supported and very much liked the pilot episode of Lackadaisy. Even those who didn't like the pilot all that much still were willing to support it to support indie animation in general, and for the possibility of getting even more indie animation series going on YouTube. Obviously, Viv saw the discourse that was going on between the two fandoms, and she got together her crew, Spindlehorse, and they all agreed that they wanted to support Lackadaisy as a sign of good faith and that indie animation can thrive together. They agreed to pull together $5,000 and donate it to the Lackadaisy Season 1 fundraiser. They wanted to make sure Lackadaisy would get a full season and get fully funded, so they donated the $5,000, and Viv made a tweet talking about indie animation and how they need to stick together and basically to support Lackadaisy. You know, just trying to calm the communities and be like, look, both Lackadaisy and Helluva can coexist. It's not a competition or anything like that, like the fandoms, mainly Lackadaisy, were trying to kind of insinuate and, you know, starting all the drama. But then something very unexpected happened that really kicked all of this nonsense off. Birdbrain on Twitter, who works on Lackadaisy, commented on Viv's tweet, being very passive-aggressive and upset Viv didn't give a link to the fundraiser, and basically like, oh, well, you know, we don't care how big the donation is, any amount, you know, is good. Just kind of throwing a little shade at Viv, which is a little weird to say the least when you just got $5,000 for your project from this person. Of course, this got the Helluva community and the Viv supporters in a uproar. Z deleted the tweets not that long afterwards, But it was too late. The damage was done. Everybody had seen it. People screenshotted it. It was out there. And personally, I thought it was just this one member of the Lackadaisy crew. I was mainly like, man, yeah, they need to take care of this. They need to put out some sort of public statement. Maybe firing Z is a little too drastic at this point, but surely she needs to apologize or something needs to be done. And since then, there was a lot of other controversy that Z has been involved in. But long story short, as time went on, we did not see any type of public statement or anything. It seemed like the Lackadaisy team was just gonna brush everything under the rug, which, you know, whatever. But things got even worse from there, because not only did it seem like the Lackadaisy team was sweeping the situation under the rug, the creator of Lackadaisy Tracy, literally started banning a bunch of Helluva Boss fans and Viv supporters, either if they were voicing their concerns about the situation, but some fans even said that they hadn't even made any comments or said anything whatsoever, and that she seemingly just blocked them because their profile was very Helluva Boss centric and that it was clear that they were a fan of Viv. But then the unthinkable happened, and this was the final straw for me and many other people. Lackadaisy got fully funded and then some. Just as their fundraiser was ending, they seemingly out of nowhere rejected Spindlehorse's 5K donation. Mind you, I do want to point out that they only rejected it after they made sure that Lackadaisy was going to be funded without needing it. There's no doubt in my mind that if they hadn't reached their goal, or if the 5K was the only reason they reached the goal, they would have kept it. But because they reached their goal without needing it, they were able to reject it and give it back. Viv, of course, tweeted about this, letting everyone know what happened. And some people got upset that she did, just being like, oh, why are you giving more fuel to the fire here? But there are a few very, very good reasons as to why Viv had to publicly make the statement that the donation was rejected. First and foremost, with the Lackadaisy fundraiser, depending on how much you donate, you get certain perks depending on your donation. And for a huge sum like 5K, you get the very big perk of being credited in the Lackadaisy credits. So if they kept the donation, they would have had to put Spindlehorse's name in the credits, which for that much money, I think that is a great and deserved perk. So guess what? If they rejected the donation and Viv or the Lackadaisy crew didn't say anything regarding it, and then we watched the Lackadaisy season 1 and we didn't see Spindlehorse's name in the credits, what would have happened? There would have been so much speculation, and it would have just been so much worse of a controversy. Viv let everyone know publicly that this happened so that no one would be surprised when we don't see Spindlehorse's name in the credits. Honestly, this is a further gesture for the Lackadaisy team, in my opinion, because it would have looked very bad on the Lackadaisy team's behalf if they didn't say anything and Spindlehorse's name was not in the credits. Now, here's where it gets really juicy. Again, the indie animation scene is very small, so some people work on multiple projects, including Mel, who works on both Helluva Boss and has worked on Lackadaisy. With the community in an uproar as to what was going on, Mel revealed this screenshot from the Lackadaisy discord. Z basically accusing Viv of only donating 5k to Lackadaisy basically as a PR stunt and to get her name in the credits. Which again, I have to point out that it wouldn't be Viv's name in the credits, it would have been Spindlehorse's, since the whole team put together that 5k. It wasn't just Viv's money, it wasn't just her donation. But it is made abundantly clear that the Lackadaisy crew did not see it that way. Not only supporting Z, but agreeing with her. Needless to say, this whole thing made Mel very uncomfortable. She tried to stick up for Viv and Spindlehorse and tried to explain that the donation was from all of them. Tracy and the team just weren't having it. The past weeks, Mel has kept silent on all of this, not wanting to create even more drama by releasing the screenshot. But after the donation got rejected, I guess she just felt that the damage was already done. And the last thing that has happened, at least currently, is that Tracy did comment on Viv's post saying that the donation got denied. And all I have to say is that with all the other stuff piling up, this just comes across as completely ungenuine and insincere. I don't know, you guys, this feels like such high school level BS. I really can't stress that. Like, the Lackadaisy team's behavior was ultimately super unprofessional, being so ungrateful and honestly petty with getting such a gracious donation from a fellow indie animation team. I think Viv has taken this whole thing with a ton of grace, honestly, and yet she's somehow still made out to be the bad guy in the situation for publicly posting about donating and then that donation getting rejected. Viv ultimately just tried to show that indie animation should not be a competition, and that multiple projects can thrive if they work together, and that these small projects need to support each other. But because of the Lackadaisy team's behavior and how they've treated Viv and the rest of the Spindlehorse team, they've truly made many fans have to choose between the two projects. And sadly, I am one of those. I really did enjoy the Lackadaisy pilot, and I will still keep my reaction to it up, obviously. But going forward, when season 1 does come out, I will not be reacting to it or making any Lackadaisy videos. It's honestly very sad because it has a lot of potential to be a very good show with stunning visuals and very interesting, fun characters. But if this is what their mindset is like, I just cannot condone that or support it in any way, unfortunately. This is a rivalry that absolutely did not need to happen, and a rivalry that Viv especially tried to avoid. I honestly can't express just how disappointed I am in the Lackadaisy crew and how bad I feel for both Viv and Mel. But in any case, I want to know your guys' thoughts on all this drama. Will you still be watching the first season of Lackadaisy when it releases? And if you're a Helluverse fan on Twitter, have you been blocked by Tracy? Thank you guys so much for watching and bearing with me, even though I probably sound horrible in this video, and see you guys next time.